What's up, party people? Welcome to episode 72 of Life Unmedicated. Thank you for coming back. All right, so tonight it is, what is today? Today is Sunday, October 15th. Woohoo. We're halfway through October, which is crazy. I know. Halfway through October, and yeah, so today is Sunday. The last time I did one of these was on the 11th, which was 4 days ago. Oh, for some reason I thought it had only been like 2 days. See, that's that time blindness. It's, yeah. Let me see, what was the 11th? How bad is it for real? The 11th was Wednesday, so I did it Wednesday night at Thursday. So it's been 3 days, so I'm doing it on the fourth day. Okay, so that's not quite as bad as I thought as it sounded like. Okay, so tonight we have a few things to talk about. I'm also going to start back goals because I feel like I am in a place to do so. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a place to do so, and that's kind of where I'm going to kick off tonight's episode because I know since I've gotten back from my trip home, I've been talking about like getting back on track and what that looks like and like how to do it. And it's not a perfect system. Really, it's just pretty much how I do it. Like, definitely feel free to try these things, but it's really about finding what works for you. And but the most important thing is being kind to yourself and listening to yourself. Like that, I can guarantee is one of the steps because I really feel like I feel good right now. Like mentally, I feel better than I have in a little bit. So I'm glad about that. And I don't think that I would be in this like mental space had I been like super hard on myself or meaner to myself than I already am or have been, or like although I do tend to be a little rude to myself, I try to balance it out. I try to like not be that way. So just saying, it could be worse. Anyway, though, I feel like being kind to myself is one of the main things that help me kind of get to where I am now, which obviously is not like the perfect place or anything, but I just feel a lot better than I have. And I think that is, that's what I wanted. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to get back into my routine of things. Before I left to go home, I'm going to try to stand still. Before I left to go home, I kind of was just like, I've been working out, and the working out has not really been inconsistent. Like in the year, well, I guess it's been about 15 months now, maybe 16 at this point. I don't know. Since I started working out like consistently in the gym at least 4 times a week, I can definitely say on average over the last 15 months, I've worked out 4 times a week. Because there were some weeks where I worked out 6 times, there were some weeks where I worked out 5 times, and then there were a couple weeks where I took completely off because I either didn't have time or I was like on vacation or I was sick, stuff like that. But I think that was a total of 3 weeks, and I think that those were all three. Actually, one time when I was on okay, sorry, I'm trying to do better at like not going off on tangents. So yeah, y'all will get to witness in real time. Y'all will get to witness in real time me trying to get better at that. But anyway, what was I saying? Okay, yeah, so I feel like, being kind to myself was one of the main things because I just have not been. Oh, that's not what I was saying. So I was saying, like, before I left, I felt like, aside from working out, I had really just got on track. Like, I had just got down the eating situation down pat, and, like, I was, like, finding things that worked for me or whatever. But then when I went home, my routine was thrown off, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So fast forward, I get back. Things are still a little bit off. I'm extremely busy for that first week that I was back. And then the second week that I got back, excuse me, I was like, okay, I need to regroup. I need to decompress. So it's been about, I think it'll have been 3 weeks probably. No, that's not true. I got back on the 12th of wait. I left on the 12th, sorry. I got back on the 27th, so, no, 26th, so 1, 2. So it's almost been 3 weeks. So yeah, the first week I was super, super duper busy. The second week I decompressed. And this last week I was able to kind of come out of the lull that had occurred. So I feel good about that. I also definitely honorable mention to the hike that I took last Saturday, because it reminded me that when I'm going through hard times, I need to make sure that I put myself in nature at least once a week. Like, it is my grounding. Some, there's different types of grounding. There's like immediate in the moment grounding where you can like literally like take your foot out, put it in the earth, whatever. You can ground yourself with your senses. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you see? How does something near you, how does it feel? Those types of grounding where you can do it like in the moment. And then there's grounding that you do on a regular basis for like self-care purposes. So for me, that would be spending time in nature. I love to hike, go to the beach, listen to the waves crash, walk around down on the beach, like on the strip or whatever. Golfing, love it. Just spending time in nature is very soothing and very healing to me. So shout out to my friend John, because he was the one who invited me on the hike. Shout out to him, and shout out to that hike, because I really do feel like it had a big helping hand in putting me in a better mind space last week, better headspace last week. So I'm gonna keep that up, because I know that the winter, because it's 84 degrees outside, 90 degrees today, the winter and the fall, like when it starts getting dark early and when it gets a little colder, I start to get sad. Seasonal depression is what they call it. So I am going to make sure that I keep up with that on a weekly basis, so that my mental health can stay acute. We're gonna come back to that, or maybe not. Just so I can stay on top of things, and I have a lot going on this fall, so I don't want to be out of commission for any of it. And I have a lot of goals. I have a few things that I'm working on. I mean, nothing's really going to happen before the end of the year. I'm just kind of like trying to get things situated. This is like my middle of the year, because I don't really do New Year's. I do my birthday as like my goals and like what I see for myself over the next year. Sometimes, like, depending on the age, I'll make a 5-year plan, things like that. And I mean, it's not really a plan. It's more like what I want to accomplish, because, the fastest way to get God to laugh at you is to make a plan. So I have kind of stopped making, well, I can make plans. Oh, here I am getting off on a tangent. All right, so bringing it back to where we were. So now I feel like I'm back on track. I actually did end up going to the gym on Thursday and Friday. Friday and Saturday. And then I went for a hike today. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's a little, quick tangent. It's a little like, I like going places by myself, but on things like a hike, my paranoia starts to kick in. Like, I didn't like going places by myself for multiple reasons, but a large part of the reason was like, oh, what if something happens to me? Like, I have this weird paranoia. I just have this weird paranoia. I don't really know why. But that was most of my issue. Like, oh, what if something happens to me? I'll be by myself. Like, I won't have anyone to like, know where I am or hold, like, no, it's my mom always said like there's safety in numbers. So that's how I feel. And, although I have been going places solo and it's been successful, I still find myself like on the hike today, I was by myself. And every time I would hear it, I had to turn my music up. Not too loud though, because you want to be situationally aware. But I just put my headphones in because I was like, girl, I don't even want to hear every rustle in the tree. Like, first of all, God got me. So I don't really even need to worry about it. But at the same time, like, my paranoia sometimes it gets out of hand. So, I try to mitigate that by just reminding myself that God got me. And that if it's my time, it's my time. Listen. If the coyote want to come and take my life, maybe that's how it was supposed to go. But I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to go, so I'll be fine, which I am. So I just try to remind myself of that. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I went for a hike today. It was really good. I got to watch the sunset. Oh, it was so beautiful. It just reminds me how much I love this place. I mean, gosh, it is great to live here. It's just too expensive. And honey, like, why y'all charging me so much for something that God created? Anyway, so other things, the bridal party, everyone's still getting along. My communication has still been, I mean, from what I perceive or from what I gather, it's been good because nobody's cussed me out, and everybody seems like they're like on the key, so I'm glad about that. I've been kind of taking a little bit of time to myself lately because I have been, like, my thoughts have been thoughting like all over the place, and I don't know. I mean, I've always had multiple like things going on in my head at one time, always, like always, even when I took my medicine. But now I think that, like, since I've been off my medicine for a longer period of time, there are even more streams of thought, and it's been a little overwhelming lately. Like, sometimes I just have to like not interact or not yeah like not interact because it's just a lot going on, especially like if I'm going to sleep. And I've been doing okay with that though. Like, it'll be a lot, but because I haven't been like not sleeping or like unable to sleep, so it hasn't been too bad. I literally have to force myself to long draw sleep in my head, like, sleep. Like, I literally have to do that to get my brain to like not be thinking about 20,000 different things. And it has been on 10 lately, so I'm really not sure what's going on with that, but I think it probably just has to do with like everything else that's going on. So I think it'll probably remedy itself sooner than later. So yeah, I feel like I am pretty much back on track now. I'm definitely back on track with like going to the gym, because for me it's not really like, oh, am I gonna go? It's more like, now that I've gone, I'm back on schedule. Like, it was just getting there the first time that is the issue. Once I'm back, I'm good. So I'm not really worried about like, oh, I'm not gonna go, this, that, and the third, because I'm back and I feel good. I did fall off track on another endeavor that I've been on, but it's okay because I'm not gonna let this cause me to backslide. I'm just going to continue moving forward, and I'm just gonna continue to pray on it and know that I'm redeemed and it's okay. But I definitely can't say that I don't feel bad. Like, I don't like hate myself or anything, but I do feel a little guilty. I feel a little shame for just like going back on my word to myself. But I'm trying to be kind to myself, and I'm trying not to let that like really impact how I go about my day. And I'm definitely doing my ouch. Oh no, I got bit by something. Oh, my hand. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay, so I need to stop scratching. Sorry, y'all. It's kind of bad. It's like really swollen. Ew. I hope it's just a mosquito. Anyway, I was saying that ooh-wee. Oh yeah. I definitely don't want it to, cause me to backslide. I'm not backsliding in Jesus' name. I'm not backsliding. I'm not backsliding. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. My goals for the week are, let's see, did I get through everything? My goals for the week, what's funny, y'all? My last set of goals is from the 3rd of September. Woo. Anyway, so actually, I'm gonna add one. Okay, no. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So work out at least 4 times. Do 15-minute workouts on off days. Now that can be like stretching as well. So, and I definitely need to stretch at least once this week. So that's a goal as well. Work out at least 4 times with one stretch. Okay. Eat well at least 5 days out the week. Finish my notes and my treatment plans for my part-time, because I've been like working on it, but I had not finished. So I really need to finish that, because I think I was supposed to be finished last week. And then finish the draft itinerary and choose lodging for the bachelorette. I need to be on top of that this week, so that, because the votes were supposed to go in on Friday. I'm not finna press nobody out, because I feel like we still got time, and if no one else is pressed, I'm not pressed. But I do feel like we need to have the lodging at least squared away before November. So I will be pressing play on that this week. And then the draft itinerary is just a draft. Like, it's not gonna be set in stone. It's just an idea of what we'll be doing, and I need to get like pricing and stuff for everything as well, so that everybody knows how much to plan to spend. Also, so that if it's too much, we can cut some things out. And yeah, so that's it. Work out at least 4 times, 15-minute workouts on days off with one stretch. Eat well at least 5 days this week. Finish my notes and treatment plans for my part-time, and then finish the itinerary, draft, and choose lodging. So yeah, that'll be that. Maybe I should get some calamine lotion. That'll be that. And I don't think that I had anything else, but as always, thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And please, engage. You know, I'm pretty sure I say this every 10 videos or something, but I do really feel like this could help somebody find community. I really am the biggest believer in community. I tell it to all my clients who are having a hard time with their diagnoses. Finding community is one of the most helpful things that you can do for yourself, because I'm not really sure why. It's just a good feeling to know that someone else is familiar with your experience, and they understand how you feel. It's kind of like representation. It feels good to see yourself in important places, and it feels good to know that other people are experiencing. It's good to know you have a friend in that sense of the manner, So I really feel like if someone else is going through this, trying to treat their ADHD naturally, this might be really helpful. And also, I feel like talking about mental health in the Black community, it's becoming less stigmatized, but it's still a pretty large stigma around it. And therapy and healthcare are not all that accessible. And so, if nothing else, I would like to just provide a safe space for us to be, and for us to talk and ask questions, or just watch and listen and feel validated. I just feel like that's what I want to use this platform for. And so, I appreciate any type of engagement, any sharing, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's it. That's my TED Talk. Thanks for coming. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a beautiful day or night or whatever time you're watching this, rest of your day. And I will see you next time.